What's going on, guys? I'm your host, Beau, here to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on anything going on in the world of entertainment. First off, Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2018. It's a brand new year. 2017 is officially gone, and we are now in the brand new year of 2018. And you know what that means for us? Brand new movies, a fresh new start, whole new year of movies to come out. And I'm going to give you guys my top 10 most anticipated films of 2018. The movies that I'm looking forward to the most in 2018. Now, let me first say right up front that just because these 10 movies I'm very much looking forward to the most does not mean that I'm not looking forward to the other ones. There's a lot of movies coming out in 2018 that I'm very much looking forward to. At one point, I actually had my top 15 most anticipated movies of 2018, but I whittled it down to 10, and I want to show you guys the films that I'm very much looking forward to in 2018. And, well, let's get down with this list. Um, Before we start, I just want to say that 2017 was a great year for movies. I just want to mention that right up front because while 2017 as a year in general was, but for movies, it was a pretty darn good year. We had some really good movies come out in 2017, and well, hopefully we get another great year in 2018. And we got a lot of great movies coming out in 2018, a lot of big movies. So let's start off right at the bottom with number 10. Coming at number 10, I'm going to be putting WreckIt Ralph 2. WreckIt Ralph was a film that I very much appreciated when it first came out. I really liked the premise. I loved that Pixar was going into the video game world finally, and I really, really want to see what they do with a sequel. And I think that's one of the most underrated Pixar films out there. I don't think a lot of people give credit to Wreck-It Ralph when they do like their top 10 favorite Pixar movies. I think Wreck-It Ralph gets a bad rap. I don't think that a lot of people really talk about Wreck-It Ralph all that much. And it's a really fun movie. I really love the first Wreck-It Ralph, and I'm very excited to see what they do with Wreck-It Ralph 2. Hopefully, it does not fall into the vein of like the Cars sequels. I hope it falls more into the vein of Toy Story sequels, where it ends up being a really good sequel and not just a cash cow. That's what I'm hoping Wreck-It Ralph 2 ends up being. Alright, now my number 9 film that I'm looking forward to is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Yes, the animated Spider-Man film. I am very much looking forward to this film. I heard word about this film earlier in 2017 that, hey, there's an animated Spider-Man film coming out in 2018, and I didn't really care too much about it. I heard that Phil Lord and Chris Miller were producers for it, and that did boost up my enthusiasm for it a little bit, considering Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who are the ones who gave us the Lego Movie. By the way, huge Oscar snub, by the way, the Lego Movie. But when I saw the trailer, I gotta admit, I was really intrigued. I'm really intrigued to see what this film does because, first off, they're doing Miles Morales, which is great. I love that they're doing something different for Spider-Man because we've always seen Peter Parker, which is fine, but it's nice to see something new and fresh, and I'm glad that they're finally introducing Miles Morales on the big screen. And I love the animation style. I really, really like the animation style for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I've heard that this is a new animation style. I heard this is like some new type of animation that they're doing. I don't think that this is like anything else that we've seen before. I think it's something fresh. And if it is, that's awesome. I'm very interested to see what this film does. This movie could easily flop, but I'm hoping it does come out good. Coming at number 8, this is a film that I have raged about in 2017. This is a film that during the summer I raged about because I just did not like some of the stuff they did. It actually involved Phil Lord and Chris Miller at one point, but now it's Ron Howard's movie, and that is Solo: A Star Wars Story. While I still do not like Ron Howard directing this film, I'm still looking forward to it because it's a Star Wars movie, and also it deals with Han Solo, who's one of my favorite characters. I love Han Solo. And the fact that they're doing a movie about him, granted, it's not Harrison Ford, but it is still a movie in the Star Wars universe, and it's dealing with Han Solo. I really love that character a lot. And the Star Wars brand has proven that spin-offs work. Rogue One was a great movie. I love Rogue One. In fact, I actually think Rogue One's still better than The Last Jedi. That's just my opinion. But I'm very intrigued to see Solo: A Star Wars Story. Granted, again, I did not like that decision of removing Phil Lord and Chris Miller off that project, off the solo Star Wars story project. I think that was a completely stupid decision, but hopefully Ron Howard delivers with this film, and we'll see how it does. All right, coming at number 7. This is a film that I am very intrigued to see, and that is A Quiet Place. This is a brand new horror film coming out from Paramount Pictures, and the concept has got me really intrigued. I am very intrigued to see how this film performs. The concept intrigues me. It basically deals with all a family in a house where, or like in a small farm area, and they cannot speak or make any sounds, or something is gonna come and hunt them down, and we don't know what that something is, but basically the characters are not allowed to speak or make any sudden big sounds or movements, or else this force is going to come and hunt them down. And I think that that's a really intriguing take for a horror movie. I think that's very original, and I'm very intrigued to see how that works. And I just hope that the characters do not speak throughout the entire movie. If they do speak, then I'm going to be very disappointed, because I want this film to be quiet. I want this to be an absolute quiet film, and for the scares to be like the sounds. I want that to be A Quiet Place. And if that ends up being what A Quiet Place is, then you've got my money. I'm sold. I want to go check that out. So yeah, very excited to see A Quiet Place. Hopefully it turns out great. All right, coming at number 6. This is a film that I did not discuss at all, and I've heard progress about this film. We recently just got a new title for this film, and I am still really excited to see it. And that is Mowgli, and that is the Andy Serkis directed motion capture adaptation of The Jungle Book. And I gotta tell you, I am really pumped to see this, because first off, Andy Serkis is a master at motion capture. So if you give him not only the reins of as a director, but also give him the reins of directing a motion capture film, a movie that just relies solely on motion capture, I think that Andy Serkis can easily make this a great movie just from the motion capture performances alone. And he's got a great cast assembled. He's got Christian Bale, of course, himself, Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm trying to remember what other names are in there, but I know that this movie has a bunch of huge, big names in there, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what he does with this film. I'm just really intrigued. I'm very, very excited to see what he does with the movie. And I think that Andy Serkis, I have not seen Breathe. I think that was the first film that he's officially directed. But I did not see Breathe. It came out last year, I believe. But I heard it got good word of mouth. But I'm very excited to see how Mowgli performs, because he is a motion capture master. He knows motion capture inside out. He's proved it primarily with this film. And I think that this film has a lot of potential, and I think it could end up being a great movie under his direction. So we'll see how it goes. All right, now my top 5. What are the top 5 most anticipated films from yours truly for 2018? Number 5 for me, The Incredibles 2. I freaking love The Incredibles. I really loved the first Incredibles movie, and that they were finally getting a sequel that people have been dying for years to get a sequel to Incredibles. We're finally getting the sequel, and I'm very, very excited. I love the first Incredibles movie. It's one of my favorite Pixar films out there. And again, like I said with WreckIt Ralph 2, make this a movie kind of like in the vein of like Toy Story 2 and 3, and not like Cars 2 and 3, where it feels in sync with the original, and it feels different and unique, and it's actually a good movie, not like the Cars movies. Cars 2 was easily the worst Pixar film. We can all agree on that. Cars 2 was probably one of the worst Pixar films out there. Cars 3 was not the worst, but it was definitely okay. It wasn't like the greatest thing in the world. So I have a lot of faith. Brad Bird is back to direct Incredibles 2. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see how this project folds up. And yeah, so there's that. All right, number 4 is New Mutants. All right, so I was not all that excited for New Mutants at first. I remember hearing word about it, how they said they're going to make it into a horror film. And while that sounds that got me intrigued, I wasn't getting super excited for it. But then when I saw that first trailer, though, I completely changed my mind. This looked This looks really good, and the reason why I'm very excited for it is because it looks like a genuine horror film. It looks like they're actually going for that horror vibe. And when we heard news, like like many others, including myself, we thought that this was going to be a superhero film that just happened to have horror elements into it and not the other way around. Thankfully, it is the other. It looks like, according to that first trailer, it looks like it's going to be the other way around. It's going to be a horror film first and a superhero film second, and I'm digging that. I hope that that's what New Mutants is all about, and it just looks great from that first trailer, and I'm really liking the atmosphere of it. So very much looking forward to New Mutants. That's something that I'm very much looking forward to. All right, coming at number three. This when I saw the first trailer for this, I was just blown away. This was a trailer that I thought was the best trailer at San Diego Comic-Con of 2017, and that was from Ready Player One. Ready Player One is a film that I'm very much looking forward to because first off, it's directed by Steven Spielberg, who is my favorite director of all time. I love Steven Spielberg's work. He's done some fantastic work, and I love Steven Spielberg. He's my favorite director of all time. Um, and the fact that he's now returning back to blockbuster films, that to me, it just got me super excited. And I have been loving the trailers that he's been putting out for Ready Player One. Um, it just looks great. I love all the Easter eggs, all the references. I like the story as well, like a VR system type of story where, like we travel into the virtual reality type of world. I like that. I like what he's doing, and I'm very excited to see how this film turns out. Hopefully it does not flop. I'm just crossing my fingers that it does not flop. But from what I'm seeing right now, it just looks freaking good. I cannot wait to see it. Number two, one and two are pretty obvious. We know what one and two are going to be. They're really obvious. But number two is Black Panther. I am stoked to see a Black Panther. This is a film that just, first off, visually it looks impressive. Just from the trailers alone, it looks visually impressive. Also, the director behind Black Panther is what's got me super pumped. I love Ryan Coogler. I loved his work on Creed, and I think that bringing him to direct this film is just perfect. I think that was a perfect director choice for Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman, cannot wait to see more of his character, more of Black Panther in the solo film. I can't wait to see what Michael B. Jordan delivers in this film as well. He looks gangster-ish, menacing. And I cannot wait to see it. It looks great, and I'm very excited. I love the songs as well. If you guys have saw my trailer reactions, you know that I've just been loving the beats to all the sounds, like all the songs they've been choosing for the trailers. And if they can get those same type of songs for Black Panther, I'm gonna be all into on that soundtrack. So, but yeah, very excited for Black Panther. It just looks so cool. And my number one is super obvious. I mean, it's obvious. Everyone's excited for this film, and of course I'm excited for it as well. And that's Avengers Infinity War. I am stoked to see Avengers Infinity War. Who isn't? I mean, I don't need to explain myself. I mean, it's Avengers. I'm excited for this film. I'm very much excited for it. It is the culmination of the MCU. All of Phase 1, 2, and 3 have been leading up to this moment, and, how am I not excited? I am very much excited to see Avengers Infinity War. The first trailer was awesome. I love the first trailer to it, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to see Avengers Infinity War. So that's it. Those are my top 10 most anticipated films of 2018. 2018 is going to be a huge year. There's so many big movies coming out in 2018. Films that I didn't even mention on this list. There's so many of them, and I cannot wait for the adventure that we're going to have in 2018. So that is it. And this is my first video of 2018. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys let me know, what are you excited for in 2020? What? I'm sorry. I'm just spitting out words. What is a film that you're very excited for in 2018? Let me know in the comment section below. And that is it for my thoughts and my top 10 list for my most anticipated movies of 2018. As always, as in these videos, Beau out. See you next time. Peace.